All right, folks, we have some very special guests. What an amazing story this is. And who you're looking at right now. This is Evan and Aiden. And there's so many good parts about the story. It depends on how people want to look at it. But I just want to start off Evan and Aiden. What a remarkable story about the community. But I want to back up just for a second, just so people understand. Tell us where you go to school, what year you are at school, and then we're going to talk about the wrestling.
All right, so I'm Aiden. I'm a sophomore, and I attend Cheraho High School. I'm Evan. I'm also a sophomore, and I also attend Cheraho High School. Yeah.
And I would think you guys are both in the same grade.
Yeah.
There's part of this story that you lost your father tragically died,
Mhm.
and then last year must have been a difficult year as you also lost your mother. Why don't we just start? What should people? How have you been? Here's what the big question: how have you been able to get through what is just incredible tragedy?
So with our dad, so he passed away in 2022. Oh, dogs running around. So he passed away in 2022, and it was it was a it was early in the morning, or around 3 o'clock in the morning, and our mom come because we were sleeping. We were gonna go to school the next day, and our mom walked in at 3 in the morning saying that our dad passed away, and we thought she was just trying to bust our chops. I don't know why, just like some sick, because you don't want to believe that. And then that was really hard. It was really hard, and we didn't really have any outlets at the time. We were we were just getting into the gym. We weren't wrestling yet. So and I just when he passed away, we both want to just like get after it, like just become as the best person I can be and just honor him as much as possible. So that's when we knew he wrestled in high school. So that's also what drove us to join the wrestling team 8th grade year, and just do everything to make him proud, and obviously make ourselves like happy and proud of ourselves.
And then as you're dealing with that, tragedy strikes again.
Yeah, I mean, it's it was I don't even know how to like word it. You Yeah, I don't even know how to word it. It's like so how to I don't I haven't really fully we haven't really fully figured out how to even deal with our mom, because that hole that was already there from our dad has just like magnified. Like it felt like something was missing, but like I was still like it still felt like life was still like not as hard because I have my mom, our mom,
Right.
and it just made things easier, like at least I still have my mom, right? And we lived with our mom, so it was she really helped us with like coping with our dad and stuff, and like we have pictures all around her room and of him, and like we talk about him all the time. So that was really good, and like obviously they grew up together. They were both with Cheraho, and like uh my mom's sister was friends with my dad's older brother, and like they were at a party, and that's how they met actually. And yeah, like we just hear stories about that and all that, and it helped us with like just remembering our dad and all that. And then I remember I was really upset, and also what really makes me upset is my mom, she loved to run, and she she was like really upset about like how she couldn't run it because due to the back pain and all that, and her throat swelling up. And then uh, it's just been really tearing me up because when she was in the hospital, all she said to like my family and stuff is, "I just want to get out of this place. This place sucks. I just want to hang out with my boys." And I remember we were supposed to go up Thursday night to go see her, but we had practice. Plans were happening. And she just said, "Oh, come see me Friday," and then
Sure.
we'll talk about Christmas and stuff. Then of course, Friday I go up there and she wasn't conscious.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's really been eating me up. I still have like days where I just wish I could just like I wish I got that extra time, but calling her on the phone, I cherish that so much. How we would call her on the phone and stuff.
so your mom passed away from leukemia in December. So
Yeah.
now you have the two brothers, twin brothers, and talk about number one, you must have got so tight with your mom after your dad passed away. Now she passed away, and it is a blessing. You're living with your grandparents,
Just my grandpa. All my grandparents passed away.
grandfather. Okay. And when did wrestling come in? Was that something you guys had always thought about because your dad had been a wrestler?
So, yeah. Do you want to talk or do you? I mean, yeah. So, our dad wrestled in high school because, well, our dad went to middle school for Charahoe Middle School, but he ended up moving to Texas and wrestled in Texas. And we didn't
Wow.
really know. Yeah. So we didn't really know like about the wrestling until like seventh grade year because that's when we kind of like started getting into it. And he told us about it, and he was like show us stuff. And then eighth grade year, like after he passed, we wanted to go wrestle, and that's like the main driving point where I went to go wrestling because I wanted to, like, all right, because he did it, I want to do it now, and it was just kind of like an outlet because like you go to practice every time I go to practice or every time I compete, it's kind of just like a I don't know, like a coping thing. Like I don't really like it gets my mind off of it, and
So fun.
it's just fun and enjoyable. Like I just got home
We
from
just-
practice, and
Yeah.
the entire time I'm not thinking about like any like negative thoughts or like any bad things. It's just like how to get better, how to improve, and everybody in the room is just so fun to talk to, and everybody's just so genuine. So like, and it just teaches you how to be a better person, and like it really teaches you discipline, and that's like the number one thing in like my life. I just love having like a disciplined mindset. So like I feel like that's why wrestling has like gotten me through like my dad passing, because when he passed, like that was all I would talk about. That's all I would
Yeah.
do is
So
just go out and
when you-
wrestle.
When you talk to us, that's all we're. It's
Yeah.
just wrestling.
It's just all.
Re- Wrestling, you guys, is a unique sport because it's a team sport, but when you're on the mat,
Just by
it's
yourself.
you and your opponent. So to me, it's similar to kind of like a swim team where wrestlers and the wrestlers I've known, it's a tight knit group, and wrestlers, the guys that you're going into battle. I'm friendly
It's
with.
sanctionated fighting.
It is. And I know exactly what you mean by with everything going on, you have to go into the zone when you're getting involved in this and get yourself geared for it. And it's one of those things you totally immerse yourself. So what I think is outstanding is, you're twins, you have each other, you've really bonded together with wrestling. By the way, what weight class are you guys?
We're right next to each other.
157.
And I'm 150. He's 57. So we're
157, that's a tough weight. These are competitive weights. So
yeah, they're pretty hard. I mean,
th-
it's the middle weights. Anywhere
yes.
from 44 to 65 is pretty competitive.
Wow.
So yeah,
How has the wrestling team been since you guys have gone through all of this?
they've been super supportive. Like they showed up to my mom's celebration of life. They've all been like super just like with us.
And connect with us,
Connect
and
with
they
us.
always like offer us for rides or
Yeah,
like
a lot of support from there.
was one of my friends brought us out to eat one time. It was just super supportive and just super grateful.
Now, with all of this going on, you have two remarkable people, Ed and Roxanne, that step in. And I'll tell you what I really like about what's going to happen Saturday night. And this is the community coming together. This is friends of your family coming together. But I also like it's going to be a comedy night because just looking and seeing the two of you, I can tell your parents would have wanted you guys to enjoy life, enjoy the most of life. You're in high school, you're athletes. So I think what's going to happen Saturday night is it's so fitting that people are coming together. You're bringing people together, and it should be a fun night all around.
I actually love how I actually love how it's a comedy thing because
Same.
my mom really liked it. I mean, she's always talking about like Matt Rife, and like how he's so funny and all that. And my dad, he liked comedy too. Like he had the little disc he'd plug in and like play whatever. And it's like we like comedy shows. So it's pretty cool how that became the thing.
You guys, you're very dedicated to wrestling. all right, because of this fundraiser, because of everything happening, you're starting this media interest. What's it been like with the team and some of your friends? Suddenly, there you are on the TV, local news.
It's so funny. I mean, like they just laugh, like so that's so cool. I was
Yeah.
showing some of my classmates the video and all that,
Yeah.
like, the clips, and it's because I also like laughed because I said stay hard. And I wasn't really thinking it because I didn't realize I was gonna I quoted David Goggins. But, I actually have his book. It's really good for mindset too, and that's I just actually said that because that's
Stay hard.
stay hard.
I like how you mentioned that, life is about adversity. There's a speech out right now, Rick Pitino, the coach of St. John's, and he gives this riveting speech that I'll send to Ed. And it was the team at halftime. They were actually playing in Providence. They were playing PC and they were behind. And he gave this remarkable speech and they came out and they just blew away PC. And now they're one of the top teams. But what he talks about is adversity isn't just in a game. The two of you and your family, you've been dealing with the most adversity you can deal with, and you have found that your dedication of wrestling has made you a better person for it. Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Our sensei always talks about like being a better person. He's like, I'm not building wrestlers, I'm building people. And that's one thing that stuck with me. It's like it's not just about wrestling, it's about being a better person. At the end of the day, it's all about
having integrity.
Yeah, it's just being the best version of you.
Yeah.
And I know, like in another way, like I know the best version of me is a state champ. I know that's what I want to be, and that's what I just strive for. That's why, like when we were just talking about at the end of practice, like stay in discipline. Like if you don't want to go to practice, go to practice. If you don't want to eat your veggies, eat the veggies.
Don't want to do your homework. Do your homework.
So just stay in,
Yes.
just locked in.
Two more questions. One, Ed and Roxanne are right there.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about them to them that now people will hear?
They're the greatest people on the planet. They're
Right.
awesome. They're so awesome.
Yeah.
So kind, so humble. Like they literally just did this out of their hearts. Like one day just text us like all this stuff, and I was like, you guys are like beyond special. And yeah.
When you're there and you're ready to go out for your match, what's going through your mind? Is this, has this served as an inspiration? Do you hear your dad's voice? Do you hear your mom's voice? Has it like propelled you into almost like to be a monster when you're then in the match?
Oh, 100%.
So I'll start and then he'll go. So when I'm warming up for my match, I normally, so if it's a tournament, I'll have my headphones on. I'll be listening to some music, like I don't know, like some 3 Days Grace or whatever. And I'm just pacing back and forth. I'm trying to get my heart rate right. And then when I'm on deck, like I'm gonna be the next match, I take my headphones off, put my headgear on, and I'm normally just saying to myself, like, I mean, I believe in God and stuff like that. So I'm normally like I'm a soldier of God. Like I know my parents are here. Like they're here to strengthen me, and I know that with them backing me up, that I'm gonna be able to go out here and be a dynamic beast and destroy this kid. And there's absolutely nothing he can do. I'm just gonna force my will on him, and that's how I think, And before I'm going out there, I'll kiss up like, this is for you guys. I also like for myself and all that, but it's for you guys. I'm gonna go out here and destroy this kid, and it gets me all fired up. I'm ready to go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. Listen, that is exactly what your parents would want. You guys you're really inspiring. This whole story is inspiring. I'm going to see you. I want to go Saturday night and interview you guys just to then see you in the element. But fantastic job. One last thing, there'd be so many excuses if you guys went off the track, if you suddenly went with the wrong crowd, if you suddenly just fell off, and there's so many excuses that you could make because of what's happened. But what I really find unique, special, and inspiring is it's just the opposite. You're your faith in God, feeling that you want to be the best you can for your parents. You have each other. Just know people are rooting for you. It is an incredible, remarkable story. And I look forward to seeing you guys Saturday night.
Yeah. Thank you. Super excited to see you.
All right.
Like Spencer Lee said, excuses are for wusses.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Nice
All right,
meeting you.
guys.